There was once a girl named Elysia and a boy named Acreon, and they were married. From the first moment they met as small children, neither could stand to be away from the other. In joy and happiness, they were bonded as soon as they reached the proper age, and presently set off on their consummate journey, oh, so drunk with love, they could scarcely take their eyes off each other. But Elysia and Acreon shared a secret that bound them together as surely as their love. You see, Elysia carried the dark burden of her ancestry, for in her there had awakened what had lain dormant in her family for generations since her foremother bore her child of pain. So it was that when Elysia drew near, magic simply ceased to function. To some it would mean sanctuary, to others a grave threat, and both would destroy her. Of course, Acreon saw neither. Even as a small boy he showed promise in the arcane arts, but he'd given up his power to be with Elysia. As he so often told her, making love with her was all the magic he could ever want. It was for their friendship that Elysia loved him, but it was Acreon's sacrifice more than anything else for which Elysia trusted him. Late on the third night after their wedding, with the moons high in the sky, Elysia and Acreon fell asleep in each other's familiar embrace. But all was not peaceful and benign that night, for when Elysia and Acreon woke the following morning, they were lost, surrounded by emptiness with no idea where they were or how they'd got there. Elysia and Acreon began to despair, seeking out the only variation in the vast nothingness. Elysia and Acreon arrived at a lone door. Left with no other choice, they used the strange door, and at the precise moment when it was too late, Elysia and Acreon both realized the door should have been abandoned. Separated, alone, and confused, Elysia and Acreon woke to imprisonment, and it would be many, many cold and lonely nights before Elysia would see her beloved Acreon again. But Acreon had a visitor, a powerful and terribly beautiful visitor named Cariolone, who offered Acreon freedom but at a horrible price. Cariolone promised Acreon if he would betray Elysia by partaking in Cariolone's flesh, she would allow him to leave unharmed. After countless refusals, Acreon finally gave in. But Cariolone was not satisfied with just the once. Again and again she required the same betrayal, always promising the next would be the last. Acreon knew he was being deceived, but Cariolone had already taken enough pieces of his soul that his mind was weakening to the point where resistance became an idle daydream. And each time Cariolone made Acreon take her, he grew even weaker. It was thus that Acreon became a mindless puppet of Cariolone, perfectly suited to her true purpose. To take for herself Elysia's gift, Cariolone must touch the girl and perform a spell all at once. Oh, how Cariolone wanted Elysia's gift! To be impervious to all magic. She could taste the power, and now that she had Acreon, she could take it. And so it was that Elysia was reunited with her beloved Acreon. From the moment her eyes fell on him, Elysia knew something was wrong. She pleaded with Cariolone, but was met with only cold laughter. When Cariolone ordered Acreon to go to his beloved, a strange calm came over Elysia. She knew she was going to die, and that it had to be. And to Cariolone's immense disconcertion, Elysia smiled up at Acreon as he slid the dagger into her heart. Never loving him more, than in the moment he killed her. This was the very thing Cariolone had not counted on, for in Elysia's loving death, her gift went not to Cariolone, but to Acreon. Awakened by the power and mad with grief, Acreon fled by magic. It was many years before Acreon was seen again, enough time for Cariolone, the Twisted Lady, to grow complacent. Out of his mind, and powerful beyond reckoning, Acreon descended upon the world, wreaking havoc in his desperate attempt to avenge his beloved Elysia. And so it was in blood and fire that the Twisted Lady fell, and in anguish that Acreon knelt beside the preserved corpse of his beloved to waste away into forever.